Yeah.
I love
Speaking
that.
of other celebrities, so Gail's a big celebrity. Who did you meet the other day? Quickly. MJ,
Who did we
you
meet?
Oh, who did you both meet the other day?
Steve Case. He is, I don't know, if you guys remember in the 90s when you hear your modem make that sound?
You've got
You
mail.
got mail.
He was the original founder
He
of
was-
AOL.
AOL.
He was here in Chicago with Good City, and it was just amazing to really meet him. He's so inspiring how he started his company. And again, you know, the whole time he was signing our book, I felt like I'm hearing the modem like in my back. And he signed her book. Now, of course, I thought this was mine, but it says Beth. So each one got signed, and it says "Change the World," and I was feeling all special until I found, wait, he wrote the same thing for Beth.
to everybody.
But he's very inspiring. But what we love about it is it's with Good City, Chicago, who
Yeah.
does so many great things. Our last guest, we had Ember Leaf, who was funded by Good City.
Yes.
And we also met someone there while we were visiting.
Yeah. And Jessica's coming up. She's our next guest. We're just getting her, you know, technically wired up. But real quickly, as she's getting so the You Got Mail, what happened, the story behind that was they were developing AOL, and it had been in develop. Come on in, Jessica, and you'll listen to my boring story as I'm trying to do a segue.
This is
She was
Jessica
there.
Williams,
This is Jessica
everybody.
She's Ms. Tech Girl. Wait,
Tech Biz Girl.
Tech Biz Girl.
Girl.
but you were at the Steve Case event with us. You also are one of the co-facilitators of WithSTEM over at 1871, which is the tech incubator. But they are all on pins and needles because they want to hear the You Got Mail story. Do you remember it, what Steve Case said?
Not exactly.
Okay, so the mail would come into the mailbox, and he was trying to invent AOL that would be friendly for all of us to want to use for email. But it would come in and it would be like email. And he's like, no, I want it to be more friendly. I want it to be more engaging. So he got a friend of his, and let me know if I'm lying or making this up, or Steve, tweet with us. But what I remember, and I wasn't drinking at that lunch, was a friend of theirs, they got him to record a couple different ways, and a friend recorded, "You got mail," like in a really up, fun voice.
Oh, exciting.
And that guy never got paid for that,
What?
or royalties or anything, right?
And he said he probably should rethink that whole like not paying him thing.
Now, I thought it was an interesting story. I digress. Welcome, Jessica, to our show.
Welcome.
Excited to be here. Thank you.
For those of us who don't know, please explain Tech Biz Girl.
Okay, so Tech Biz Girl is a handle I adopted a very long time ago because if you try to brand yourself as Jessica Williams in this world, that might be a little bit hard.
Yeah.
And so when I was trying to come up with a title, I'm just like, well, you know, I'm kind of a tech person, but also a business person. So, and I'm a girl, and I wanted to make it fun, so I did a girl with a U. I don't know, so Tech Biz Girl was born, and I actually started a website with that name about 5 years ago now, and it basically focuses on helping women with tech challenges who want to start online businesses.
And we have all the Fem City women here in
Yes.
our audience. What do you think women need first off when they venture onto the internet? Because a lot of women have great ideas and they're, you know, thinking of things and doing great things. What's a common mistake that women are making as they venture onto the internet?
You know, I think a lot of it is just feeling afraid and just feeling that they can't possibly conquer some of this tech stuff. A lot of women I talk to are just very like almost paralyzed by the tech things because for some reason, probably because of the stigma and the stereotypes in the tech industry, they feel that it's not something that they can do. And so a lot of it is confidence related, a lot of it's in here. But another big part of it is just being overwhelmed with so much information. They just don't know where to start. So it's like if I want to start a blog or an online business or even a startup, where do I start? I have no idea. And if you try to Google it, it's definitely going to be overwhelming with all the results that you're going to get back.
Now, we know you work with 1871, with WeSTEM. Can you explain a little bit what that is?
Yes. So I've been at 1871 almost a year now. I'm very excited. So WithSTEM is a program designed for women tech entrepreneurs. So these are people that have a tech company or tech enabled. So it could be an app or it could be a tech website that does something. So basically what we do is we take them through a 16-week curriculum that really focuses around capital, community, and technology, which are three of the basic things that women need access to when they're building their business. So we take them through this curriculum. We introduce them to whoever they need to be introduced to, because while we do have a curriculum, a lot of our companies are starting at different places, and so we want to make it somewhat customized to them. So in addition to the curriculum, we have them set 3 goals that they want to accomplish as part of the program, and we work with them on that. So that could be launching their website, that could be scaling to a new city, that could be figuring out a fundraising strategy. And then at the end of the program, at the end of the 16 weeks, we have a showcase day where the companies are able to pitch their businesses in front of the community, which can include investors, partners, potential clients, and all that good stuff.
It's amazing. There have been some really great companies that have come out of that, you know, some that we're probably all using that we don't realize. And now you just started your 3rd cohort, and one of the people that our office is next to. It's amazing. Do you want to mention any of the highlights of some of the companies that have come out?
Well, all of the companies are doing really well. What we noticed really after the first cohort, because when I came in, I was probably like maybe midway through the first cohort. And what we noticed when we finished that cohort is that a lot of our companies went on to other accelerator programs like a TechStars or a Y Combinator, and these are very influential programs around in Chicago and on the West Coast. And so that made us, you know, take a step back and really figure out like where do we sit in this position of accelerator programs, and we really wanted to focus on being somewhat of a pre-accelerator to make sure that the women have all the building blocks they need, like their media kit, making sure that they have a fundraising strategy, just making sure that they have all the foundational building blocks they need to get to that next level. So aside from that, we've had companies raise funding. We've had companies launch in other cities. It's been pretty incredible.
So everybody watching out there, and everybody sitting here, especially our Fem City girls and some of the other girls that are here, follow along with STEM in 1871, because almost every night of the week, if not more, it seems like there's some type of great program going on that's educational, and every one of you sitting there I know has a great idea, and get in there and let's do it, really.
Yeah, come to 1871, find me, we can definitely talk about it. Let's make it happen.
All right, now for years we've been hearing about we need more girls, we need more women in tech, and we've been promoting it for years. Give us a status report. How are we doing?
Oh boy. I mean, I think I'm not really a numbers person, but I think that.
Do you notice more women at 1871?
I noticed a lot more women at 1871. It was something I noticed just after coming to 1871 when it first started, and then just the change that it's made in the past couple years has been exponential. Not just women, but also minorities. And I think a lot of it is, you know, we have a program that's focused on women entrepreneurs, and so those entrepreneurs come through the program, but they're also serving as role models and examples to the other young girls who might feel like, oh, hey, maybe I want to start a business, but I'm not sure. And then they come to the showcase, or they come to one of our events, or attend something, and they see a woman who looks like them that's done it, and I think that inspires them to even consider it. And, you know, as even in the tech industry, it's the same thing. And one of the things I realized that, you know, because I have a tech background as well, and I have a tech background that is not a coding background, it's more in the networking space in the Cisco world, which you don't hear a lot about when it comes to technology. And I've always said that, you know, I think tech has an image problem. Besides the fact that it's typically men, they're always talking about coding. Not everybody wants to be a coder. And if that would have been, you know, my path, I was like, well, then I wouldn't be in tech. So I think it's important for all the different roles and all the women or men or whomever in all the different roles to say, hey, I'm in tech too. These are the different things that you can do. Just because you don't want to code doesn't mean you can't have a tech career.
That's such a great
That's
point,
a good
because
point,
we hear so much about coding.
Yes. And I'm like,
Even I
no,
want to
it's
learn
not
how to
the
code,
only
and
option.
I'm not really sure.
It's not the only option.
Where do we stand compared to Silicon Valley when it comes to men and women? Do you see a bigger growth here in Chicago? And I wonder, why is that?
I think so, because I think a lot of programs are focusing on coding, and they're focusing on women-focused classrooms, which I think women tend to learn better when they're around other women. And so I think because we're focusing on it, I mean, we're focusing on it at 1871, we're focusing on it at places like Blue 1647. There's a lot of different areas and opportunities for women, girls who code, Latina girls code, like, and they're reaching out to girls and adult women. Like, all those things make an impact here.
Very cool.
Well, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
I'm at Tech Biz Girl pretty much everywhere.
And she has a great newsletter.
newsletter.
And I have a great newsletter. So if you go to techbizgirl.com and get on my list, I send out this what I call Jess Picks every Saturday morning.
Oh, nice.
It is basically like a roundup of my 5 favorite articles from the week, and people really seem to like it. So
good.
I'm excited
We
about that.
appreciate that.
So definitely sign up. And if you want to learn more about Wisdom, 1871.com/wisdom.
All right,
Thank
Jessica.
you so
you.
much.
Thank you
so much.
Yay, Jessica
So good to hear
Williams,
her
everybody.
introduce the video.
I love the point you made about coding because I think there's such a focus on you need to learn to code.
Right.
And you don't
It's funny
have to code.
This one wants to learn to code.
I
and
wanted
she's
to learn
so
to
smart.
code.
You should do it.
Because I feel like everyone wants to learn, so I'm like, why not? But really,
I don't wanna
you
code.
made a good point there. I mean, the tech doesn't mean like you have to learn how to code. There's many other things
Right,
to do
right.
in the tech. But you know, what we love is what we have coming next because we have a new segment coming up, and it's a yummy
a new
segment that
segment?
we have. We do have a new segment called #FlatOutLove, and if you guys haven't tried Flat Out Bread yet, you can find them in the Mariano's or Jewel's. But we're kicking off a blog tour of Flat Out Bread called #FlatOutLove, where we have all the different cities create an inspiration of their own city with a flat out
Right.
bread. So we're starting it off here in Chicago. We have 2 of our ambassadors here in Chicago. We're going to show you one, but here's the quick video on this month.
Hi, I'm Natasha Nichols of HouseFullOfNichols.com, and Chicago is my inspiration for my Flat Out Love flavor. I'm a Chicago wife and mom of 4, and I love gardening and feeding my family healthy foods. Today, I'll be making my version of a Chicago favorite, gyros, using Flat Out folded bread. The ingredients you will need are 1 pound of lamb, 1 medium onion sliced, 3 tomatoes sliced, and cucumber sauce, and flat out folded bread. In order to make these, you'll take 1 flat out folded bread, add your lamb to your taste and desire, top with onions, tomatoes, and drizzle the cucumber sauce on. Fold and enjoy. There are many easy and fun ways to use flat out bread. You can find simple tips right on the package or at flatoutbread.com, and you can find flat out bread at your local grocery stores or in the deli or bread aisle. To find the stores near you, visit flatoutfinder.com. Now it's your turn. Tweet me at Natasha Nichols using #FlatOutLove to enter your own Flat Out Love city flavor inspiration. And you'll be entered to win $50 worth of Flat Out Bread products and a $50 Visa MasterCard gift card. I'll be picking the winner, and you'll get to see your creation made live on Chicagonista Live, Chicago's social talk show on September 21st.
All right, so we're here with our Flat Out Love ambassador here in Chicago. She's a blogger. Tell us about you, Natasha.
Oh, I am nothing special. I'm a mom of 4, married to my sweetheart of 8th grade, and I just love everything about Chicago and, you know, doing a little bit of stuff in the kitchen, just a little bit.
And this is why we find her very important for us to be our ambassador here. But speaking of nothing special, she was just the Harry Connick feature on the very first show. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
She has a garden, a community garden she built in her community, and Harry Connick actually came out and replanted and helped and watched her kids and everything. How was that like?
It was a little bit surreal, you know, to say that you had Harry Connick Jr. in your house babysitting your kids. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. So, as you guys saw, the ones who are watching us on their computers, she made, what did you make?
I made handheld gyros.
Gyros. And tell them real quickly, how'd you make that?
Oh, it's pretty easy. You just take flat out fold over bread and some lamb and your favorite toppings. And of course you have to make homemade cucumber sauce because it's not a gyro without cucumber sauce.
So you couldn't get more Chicago than a gyro. So that's a great Chicago-inspired recipe that we have. But every month we're also giving away $50 great basket of flat out breads, as well as $50 gift certificate for anyone who tweets our ambassadors with their idea of an inspired recipe. And this month's winner is don't say who the winner is, because she happens to be here today.
That's right.
And what is the winner?
So we had a lot of great entries, but the winner had something very, very culturally inspired. It's called a banh mi sandwich. And yeah, it's really good. I've had the pleasure of having one, but it's even better with flat out bread.
So banh mi, if you don't know, it's a Vietnamese sandwich. And I love it because it's very cultural and it's very Chicago. And we have here Allison Groen, who will be making all the inspired recipes that people tweet out there. But this is a banh mi. This is exactly how it looks like. Look how beautiful that is. What's in there real quickly?
Banh mi is basically marinated pork, a quick slaw, cucumbers, cilantro, and jalapenos.
Look how beautiful
mayonnaise.
that is. Anyway, keep tweeting along, everybody, you guys. There's some special surprises. Keep tweeting along. Hashtag #FlatOutLove. You can find them at Mariano's and Jewel's. Make sure keep tweeting along, because you guys can take home some flat out bread tonight. You never know. But you guys too. Hashtag #FlatOutLove. Next month we have Teresa Carter, who's coming up with another Chicago inspired. And tweet the local tourists, because you guys can win some for this month coming up, and you will see on the next show and what her city inspired is. And Allison here is going to make another one.
Yay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.